Glories to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Give me, I know where it is, but if you could give me the verse, please. 9, 10, 13. 9, 10, 13, and 14. And which one is written? Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam 9, 10, 13. Yad rosha vibrama vivritta katakshapata sampranta nakramakaro bhayagir nakoshaha sindhu shirasyarhanam parigriha rupi padaravinda upagamya bapasha etad. After reaching the beach, Lord Ramchandra fasted for 3 days, awaiting the arrival of the ocean personified. When the ocean did not come, the Lord exhibited his pastimes of anger, and simply by his glancing over the ocean, all the living entities within it, including the crocodiles and sharks, were agitated by fear. Then the personified ocean fearfully approached Lord Ramchandra, taking all paraphernalia to worship him. Falling at the Lord's lotus feet, the personified ocean spoke as follows. Na tvam vayam jara dhiyo nu vidama bhuman kutastham adipurusham jagatam adhisham yat satvataha suragana rajasa prajesha manyos cha bhuta patayaha sa bhavan guneshaha na tvam vayam jaradiyo nuvidama bhuman kutastam adipurusham jagatam adhisham yat satvata suragana rajasa prajesha manyos chaputa pataya sabhavan guneshaha na tvam vayam jarabitiyo nuvidam abhuman kutastam adipurusham jagatam adhisham yat satvata suragana rajasa prajesha manyos chaputa pataya sabhavan guneshaha. Ladies? Any ladies? Na, not. Tvam, your lordship. Vayam, we. Jaradhiyaha, dull-minded, possessing blunt intelligence. Nu, indeed. Vidamaha, can know. Bhuman, O Supreme. Kutastam, within the core of the heart. Adi Purushang, the original personality of Godhead. Jagatam, of the universes, which progressively go on. Adhisham, the Supreme Master. Yat, fixed under your direction. Sattvataha, infatuated with Sattvaguna. Suraganaha, such demigods. Rajasaha, infatuated with Rajaguna. Praja Ishaha, the Prajapatis. Manyoho, influenced by Tamagun. Ja, and Bhutapatayaha, rulers of ghosts. Saha, such a personality. Pavan, your lordship. Guna Ishaha, the master of all three modes of material nature. O all-pervading Supreme Person, we are dull-minded and did not understand who you are, but now we understand that you are the Supreme Person, the Master of the entire universe, the unchanging and original personality of Godhead. The demigods are infatuated with the mode of goodness, the Prajapatis with the mode of passion, and the Lord of Ghosts with the mode of ignorance. But you are the master of all these qualities. Purport. The word Jaradhiyaha refers to intelligence like that of an animal. A person with such intelligence cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Without being beaten, an animal cannot understand the purpose of a man. Similarly, those who are dull-minded cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What's happening with the phone here? Those who are dull-minded cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but when punished severely by the modes of material nature, they begin to understand him. A Hindi poet has said, Dukh mein sab hari bhaje, sukh mein bhaje koi, sukh mein agar hari bhaje, dukh katan mein hoye. Something like that. Yeah. When one is distressed, he goes to the church or temple to worship the Lord, but when opulent, he forgets the Lord. Therefore, punishment by the Lord through material nature is necessary in human society, for without it, men forget the supremacy of the Lord due to their dull, blunt intelligence. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurinmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Tathati Shapadantikam Bandehang Sri Guru Sri Jatapadakamalang Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Shagrajatam Shahagana Raganatan Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kamshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchako Patarubhyascha Kripa Sindho Devacha Patita Nam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Na tvam vayam jaradiyo nuvidam bhuman kutastam adipurusham jagatam adhisham yat satvata suragana radasa prajesha manyos chaputa pataya sabhavan gunesha. We didn't understand you. We would have come earlier, but we didn't understand who you are. Muyanti Yatsurya, even the demigods are bewildered, but the ocean personified gives the reason. Jaradiya. Jarati means dull intelligence. Just like Jadbharat, he was called Jadbharat because he appeared externally to be dull, stupid. So the ocean said that because I have dull intelligence, just like an animal is not, even if they can do a few tricks, they're not really smart. They're dull. You poke the elephant and he goes this way, you poke him and he goes that way. They're not scholars or intellectuals. They're dull animals. Basically, they're controlled by fear and by food. You feed the animal, and you threaten the animal, and you can bring the animal under control. Because they don't have higher understanding. You can't explain to the animal, you should do this for this reason, you should do that for that reason. So, dull brains. Practically everyone, what is that? Krishna said, Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavrita mudho yam nabijanati. Another jaradiya means mudha. Mudha means a fool. Mudho yam na abhijananti mamebhya paramavyayam. Although I'm transcendental, although I'm the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Buddhas don't understand me. They can't see me. They can't understand my identity as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yogamaya Samavrita, because they're covered by my energy. Samavrita, completely covered. So, Bhaktya Mam Abhijanati. The devotees are intelligent. Gyanaman, Mam Prapadyate, because they surrendered to the personality of Godhead. They have surrendered. But the less intelligent, they think, who is this Krishna? Why should I surrender? Even Indra sometimes thinks that way. Even Brahma sometimes becomes bewildered and thinks that Krishna is an ordinary boy. But now I understand. Kutastam Adipurusham Jagatam Adhisham. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govindam Adipurusham, the original Supreme Lord, existing within the heart of everyone, and Jagatam Adhisham. You're the controller not only of this universe, but of innumerable universes. When Lord Brahma wanted to understand something, he went to visit Krishna, and he was stopped by the doorman. Sir, who should I say is calling? Then Brahma. So the doorman reported to Krishna that Brahma has come to see you. So Krishna asked, which Brahma? So the doorman went back, which Brahma? The Lord Brahma said, which Brahma? Chatusan Kapita, the father of the four Kumaras, Chaturmukh Brahma. So the doorman reported, then came back, yes, sir, you're welcome. So the Brahma came to see Krishna, and there was some discussion, but before the discussion could begin, Lord Brahma said to Krishna, my Lord, I have a question. Your man asked, which Brahma? Does it mean that there's more than one? So then Krishna summoned all of the Brahmas, and they all appeared before him. Some had 4 heads, 8 heads, 16,000, 10,000, so many heads. And they all offered their obeisances, their helmets clanging at the lotus feet of the Lord. And our Brahma felt like, what was it? A rabbit amongst elephants. If there's a big gathering of elephants, how will the rabbit feel? That's how Lord Brahma felt in the presence of so many Brahmas. Then they offered their obeisances. Sir, what can we do for you? No, I just wanted to see you. Don't be afraid of the demons. So in this way, our Lord Brahma, he has the smallest universe, so he has only 4 heads, very small. But Krishna, Jagatam Adhisham, he's the Lord of all of the universes. Yasyaika nishvasita kala matavalambhya jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanata. Vishnur mahan siha yasya kala vishesha. Govindamadi purusham tamahang bhajami. When the Lord exhales in the form of Mahavishnu, all these universes come out, and when he inhales, they're all destroyed. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. So then yat sattvata suragana rajasa prajesha manya cha bhutapatayo sa bhavan gunesha. Why don't they understand you? Tribir gunamayar bhavair ebi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabijanati mamebhya padamavyaya. Tribir, Gunamayar, Bhavayar, Mohita. They're all bewildered. Everyone is bewildered by three modes of nature. Suragana, the demigods, are bewildered by sattva-gun. Urdvam gachanti sattvasta. By sattva-gun one can go to the heavenly planets, but still he'll be bewildered because the sattva-gun is not completely pure. So the suragana are bewildered by goodness, and rajasa prajesha. The Prajapatis are bewildered by passion. To beget children, there has to be some passion. So the Prajapatis, progenitors, are bewildered by Rajagun. And Bhutapataya, the Bhutapatis, the leaders or controllers of the ghosts, are bewildered by Tamagun. In Kali Yuga, people are like that. People are like ghosts, or like leaders of ghosts. People are so many. They're like Rakshasas, demons. And their leaders are the best of the demons. What is that? Asuravarya. So they're influenced by ignorance. So someone's influenced by passion, someone by goodness, someone by ignorance, or they're mixing up different proportions of these modes. And the result is that mudhoyam na bijanati. They can't understand Krishna. Therefore Krishna told Arjuna, Nistraigunyo bhavardhana. You have to go above the modes of nature. How is it possible? Mam chayo vyavacharena bhakti yogena sevate. Of course, it's circular, because to understand Krishna one has to go beyond the modes of nature, and to go beyond the nature one has to worship Krishna. So some good fortune is there. One has to come in touch with a devotee of Krishna and be influenced by the association of a devotee, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Then one can get the seed of devotional service. Then one can practice devotional service, and gradually one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although he's not understandable. Vedeshu durlabham. Even through Vedic study, he's very difficult to understand. But adurlabham atma bhakto. By devotional service, he makes himself accessible. All right, let's see what kind of questions there might be today. Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj, for the wonderful class. In the previous verse, and also we see in the Ramayana and many other points, whenever Lord comes down in this material... Whenever Lord comes down in this material world, so the kind of activities which Krishna does gives scope of misunderstanding in the common masses. Just like here now,
it's not just the activities that give scope for misunderstanding. They'll misunderstand whatever he does. If he appears as a giant boar, they'll think, oh, he's a boar. Although who can lift the earth from the lower regions of the universe, catching it on his tusk? But Krishna can do that. But still they'll think, oh, he's just an ordinary boar. If he appears in whatever form he appears in, they're all wonderful activities. Krishna's activities are wonderful, but those who are mudhas won't understand it. There's some quote in Nectar of Devotion maybe it's Kamsa was thinking that Krishna's defeated some ordinary water snake, and he's, in that way, he's like, it's all ordinary business, and he said that he lifted the hill, but probably Nanda Maharaj, because envious. Prabhupada gave the example of envious, that there two lawyers are discussing, and they're seeing the newspaper or something, and one says to the other, Chakrabarti has been promoted to High Court judge. And the other one says, Chakrabarti, that fool, how could he be promoted? He's a useless guy. And the other says, no, I've seen that he's actually sitting on the bench. Then he must not be getting paid. So in this way, envious. Those who are envious, what is that? Tanaham dvishata kruran sangsaresha naradhaman shubham yajashram shubham. But go ahead with your question. Now, has the battery gone out, or what's happening with this microphone? Whenever Krishna comes down, there's scope of misunderstanding.
Like we see here in this verse, that Lord Ramchandra fasted for 3 days. So
Lord Ramchandra fasted for 3 days.
there is no such need of fasting for 3 days.
He doesn't need to fast for 3 days.
Similarly, we see in the life of devotees also, like in the life of Srila Prabhupada and many other acharyas, when they do some activity, they have a purpose behind it.
We see in Prabhupada's activities and the lives of the acharyas that when they do something, they have some purpose.
Behind it to teach us lessons, to teach the common masses.
To teach a lesson, to teach the common masses. How to avoid misunderstanding them.
Without leaving the context behind it, that what was the purpose behind doing such and such activity.
Without leaving behind. So what's your idea about misunderstanding them? What do you mean?
They have a purpose behind doing any activity.
Yeah. How do we understand their purpose? Yeah. Evam prampra praptam. We should hear from those who know the purpose. From the spiritual master, from experienced devotees. They'll say this was the purpose, and then you accept this was the purpose, and you get the information. That's the easiest way. Otherwise you have to wonder, why did he do this? Why did he do that? For certain things we may not know. Why did he do this? Why did he do that? There was a warning walk one time in Central Park in New York City, and I didn't go on the walk. I was in New York, but some reason I wasn't able to go. So when the devotees came back, I asked, so what did Prabhupada talk about? The first devotee said, he told the story of the Merchant of Venice. Merchant of Venice is one of the plays by William Shakespeare. He said he told the story of the Merchant of Venice. I said, oh, what was the point? So then I asked another devotee that, what did Prabhupada talk about? He told the story of the Merchant of Venice. What was the point? He said he just told the story. So when I asked, there was no point. Prabhupada just told the story of the Merchant of Venice, that's all. There's a statue anyway, I could tell you how Prabhupada began to talk about it, but somehow he was reminded of the story. He must have read Merchant of Venice in his college days, and he told the story. Now, would you like to know why he told the story? because he wanted to. Yes. There's one particular situation, and there are many different ways to understand
To
it.
understand that particular situation, so as you mentioned that why this, why that, so there may be many authorities who are involved in seeing that situation.
So then there may be different people and everyone has a different point of view. So this is also, from one point of view, you get a choice. You can take it this way, or you can take... Just like, why did Krishna close his eyes when Putana witch was there? Well, one acharya says because he didn't want to see her. She was such a evil witch. Another said it was because the first demon he was going to kill was going to be a woman, and that wasn't something he wanted to see. Someone else says he was sleepy. Someone else says something else. So there's like 15 different explanations of why Krishna closed his eyes. So a mundaner may say, oh, you see, their philosophy is inconsistent, it's vague, it's they don't have anything tacked down. One guy says this, one guy says that. But the devotees will relish that there are so many different ways to understand this one simple thing of Krishna's closing his eyes. And the same thing can be explained so many ways. Yes, something else? Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama.
Maharaj, in this...
The microphone doesn't help unless you speak loud enough.
In this pastime we see that when even after fasting for 3 days, Lord Ram could not do his desired task of getting the way from the ocean. So he then became angry, means he glanced upon the ocean angrily. It happens to us also when we do our seva, sometimes things do not move. So at that point of time we are overcome by anger. So how to deal with that situation?
You can remember Lord Ramchandra's anger. You only get a little angry. He gets unlimitedly angry. When he gets angry, the fish and the crocodiles and the sharks are in trouble, and the ocean personified trembles in fear. When you get angry, what happens? So when you get angry, you can remember Lord Ramchandra is getting angry.
Means how can we take care that we don't commit offenses also and things move?
How can you not commit offenses? Best thing is not to get angry. Because what is kama krodha vimuktanam yatinam yatachetasam? So many places it's said. What is that elsewhere? Anyway, many places. That anger, vita raga bhaya krodha, manmana mamupashrita. Many places. This anger will be difficult. What is that? Kamesha krodhesha rajaguna samudbhava mahashano mahapapna tasmatvam indriyanyado niyamya bharatashava. Anger is very difficult to control. And when one becomes angry, what is that? Krodhat bhavati sammoha. One becomes bewildered. And sammohat smriti, then he forgets who he is, he forgets everything, and then he's lost, loses his intelligence, and he's finished. So the best thing is, before it reaches that point, in the beginning one should control anger and material desire, because anger comes from frustration of material desires. I want my way. So best to control anger in the beginning. Just like fire and death and disease, if you control them in the beginning, it's not so hard. If you let them spin out of control, then to control them later is difficult. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you
Hare
very much,
Rama.
Maharaj. Maharaj, as mentioned here, that how this ocean is mentioning about his position as a dull, he has very dull intelligence.
You have to speak loudly and distinctly. The microphone doesn't do everything.
But as ocean here mentioning that how he has very dull intelligence.
How what?
Dull intelligence. Dull. So we see, Maharaj, in our life also, that we don't feel very urgency. We have, our intelligence is not like so much like determination is there, or don't feel urgency. Although we are living in material world, we hear so much, we understand theory, but in our practice there is no urgency to.
Therefore we should associate with those who are more intelligent. Then it will rub off on us. Even an ordinary affair, there's some emergency, and at first you think it's not such a thing, but then people start running and people start saying, come on, come on. And then you think, well, I better get moving, right? If you were alone, you'd think, it's probably not such a thing. But because everyone now is moving, so you start to move also by association. So if you associate with those who see the urgency of getting free from material existence, that will rub off on you also. Yes, behind you. Nimai.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Maharaj, you are mentioning that food and fear controls animals.
Food and fear control the animals, yes.
So if that only controls humans also, then how better they are than animals?
Yes, if that's all that men are controlled by, then how are they better than animals?
So Maharaj, then how we can see in the normal world outside that this is true? That
how do we see it? Well, you could see it like a circus, that's one thing. Or like a jungle, that's another. They're all animals, practically speaking. Simply because, what is that? Atato Brahma Jigyasa, human life begins with spiritual inquiry. Man is the rational animal. If he's not rational, then he's just an animal. So, practically speaking, you can see it that way, that the whole world is going on as sophisticated society, but people are interested in eating, sleeping, sex, and fighting. That means animal life. Wherever the microphone goes, that's where it goes.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Maharaj. Maharaj, one clarification I need.
Jor se boliye.
Yes.
Jor se, yes. Go ahead.
Maharaj, it is mentioned that one sloka is that Krishna Sodhama Upagate Dharma Gyan.
I mentioned it? No, I didn't, but,
No,
but it's good.
Yeah. I want just clarification. In Bhagavad Gita also it is mentioned that Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Glanir Bhavati Bharatam Abhyuthanam Dharmasya Tadatmanam Srujami. Means Krishna came for establishing religion. And in Bhagavatam it is mentioned that when Krishna departed, it takes the religion.
Said what? With religion. Yes, he left with religion. Dharma Jnana Adipisa. Yes.
So how to reconcile this statement that?
Hey, Krishna comes and teaches religious principles, and then when Krishna leaves, things start just like Prabhupada. He came and taught something, and then when he left, things became more difficult because he wasn't personally present to say this, not this, not this, not that. Then so many bogus things come, and it becomes more problematic. So when Krishna leaves also, so many problems again beset the world, and things start to deteriorate, and then again Krishna has to come. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
In purport, Prabhupada is saying that just like animal is controlled by punishment, similarly the human being is controlled by three modes of material nature, and by that he is able to understand the Supreme Lord like that. But what I feel means, I was thinking that sometime material modes of nature really is it taking us towards the Supreme Lord?
Material modes of nature, what?
The modes of nature, if it is punished by the nature, the man is punished by the nature, he realizes the Supreme Lord. We understand the presence of Supreme Lord.
Yeah.
But many times it happens because the nature punishes. Sometimes people may become atheist. Just I may have faith, and why this happened to me, and people may go away.
So it's an opportunity. Just like the government punishes the criminals, so that the criminal will come to his senses and become honest. But not every criminal gets it. Sometimes they're punished and they just think, the state is being unfair. I wasn't doing anything wrong. Da 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 da. So finally, Krishna doesn't force you to understand, but it's an opportunity to understand. Yes.
Regarding food and fear, in some cases, we see these two elements influencing.
We see what?
These two elements, food and
Yes.
fear, influencing the brahmachari ashram also.
Yeah, we control the brahmacharis by food and fear, huh?
So if the prasad or food is not proper, then we feel to complain to the authorities, as well as if I don't.
Yeah, the authorities should be in fear that the brahmacharis aren't being fed, so they may go out of control.
If I don't attend Mangala Arati, if I don't do my seva properly, then my authorities will chastise me or something like that. That fear is there. So how a brahmachari should come out of these two things?
How, what?
A brahmachari should overcome these two things. Food
Overcome what? These two things? Why overcome? We should always be controlled by spiritual food and appropriate fear. Prahlad Maharaj said, I'm not afraid of your fierce feature, but I'm afraid of material nature. So fear will always be there. But the fear should be properly placed. That let me be afraid of Maya. That will be good. Yeah. I think because I have to leave. Well, all right. Is there one more question? Yes.
Maharaj, my question is related to the first question which he asked regarding Lord's activities which are misunderstood by common masses. So I am going through third canto, so where Krishna is thinking to himself that these So I am going through third canto right now.
You're going through third canto.
So where Krishna is thinking to himself that
he's doing what?
He's thinking to himself.
Thinking to.
Uddhava is narrating the
speaking
past.
Speaking to Uddhava.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Krishna is thinking that these yadus, they are like a burden on earth.
Yeah.
So how will they be removed from earth? So then he plans the whole pastime where they kill each other.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada explains in purport that there was no other way that these yadus could have been annihilated.
Yeah.
And we read in Ramayana that when Lord left, his associates left like very peacefully. They all went inside Saryu and then they left for their abode. And here we are seeing that Krishna is making them fight.
So Krishna has different pastimes.
Yeah, so
he thought sometimes as Ramchandra, let's just take them all back to Ayodhya. And he thought as Krishna, let's have a fight among themselves so that they'll all go that way. You know, just like Shakespeare, he has all these plays, they don't all end the same way. Otherwise, everybody says, I've seen this before. This is the same as that one. What's the difference? So Krishna, all of his activities are wonderful. In each incarnation, he does things in his own way. Is that okay? Okay, and I do have to leave, so I'm going to stop a little early. Thank you. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Ah, Krishna, Krishna.